Olá meus amigos, eu sou o Coelho no Japão, a Brasil Game Show está rolando e a equipe Coelho no Japão está lá no local fazendo uma entrevista com o Bill.
Amo o Brasil!
Cobrindo o evento de diversas formas, eu vou trazer tudo isso aqui pra vocês. Quero agradecer a Nintendo pela oportunidade de sempre de entrevistar o Bill. Só pra vocês entenderem, preparei todas as perguntas aqui e o Pedroca da equipe Coelho no Japão mostrou os vídeos e foi lendo as perguntas pro Bill também e ele foi respondendo. Então aqui eu vou fazer uma montagem pra vocês com os vídeos e com a resposta do Bill, tendo ouvido cada uma delas. Vamos nessa? Okay, so let's start with what's hot. Nintendo just announced today a new product. Nintendo Alarmo. Have you been using it? Can you tell us if it is coming to Brazil? In Brazil, we wake up early because we say, Deus ajuda quem cedo madruga. So Bill, we need it. Please, is it coming to Brazil?
So Alarmo, a very exciting new product. Yes, a great way to wake up and start your day. You asked me if I've used it. No, not yet. As far as is it going to come to Brazil? TBD. Don't have anything to announce yet.
Okay, thank you so much. So moving on, recently, with the release of The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom in Brazil, there were some Nintendo partners in Brazil giving away like a pre-order bonus such as Nuvem, and also He Happy. It was a deck of cards like a memory cards exclusive from Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I would like to know, was that a Nintendo initiative? And also, is Nintendo planning on doing more pre-order bonus in Brazil like it happens overseas?
So, of course, you guys picked up on a very fun, small but fun event that we did. It was a special giveaway. And yes, we partnered with a few select retailers to do this activity and to do this event. But it was really low key. We kept it low key. We partnered with them. And yes, because of its Echoes of Wisdom, and it all has to do with especially the Portuguese language, right? Memory. And so we used the memory games. We thought that was a neat way to connect the game. But it was a special limited time activity event that we did for our fans just to show a little bit extra love and cariño for our Brazilian fans. Only here in Brazil that was done, by the way.
Yeah, I can see Nintendo is really showing the support for the Brazilian audiences by really delivering on the promises you've made before, such as bringing the new games to Brazil day one, working on deals with retailers on special occasions such as Black Fridays, sales on the eShop and whatnot. Number one fan demand was localization to Brazilian Portuguese, and you've been delivering on that too, so thank you so much for that. But I would like to know, what does Nintendo still want to achieve in Brazil that it has not achieved yet?
Well, there's still a lot to do. Most of our games, like you said, are localized. We were extremely happy and excited to finally bring our first game, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, in Brazilian Portuguese. That was a huge one for us because we've been hearing from the fans that's what they wanted. We were finally able to deliver. Thank you for recognizing how we've been ramping up the localization of games. We have several more. Our key feature game today, because it hasn't been launched yet, is Super Mario Party Jamboree. It's released next week, so right now you can only play it here at BGS at our booth, but that's also in Brazilian Portuguese. We've had several games this year, so the Zelda game, also Princess Peach. We have more games coming. Mario and Luigi Brothership, for example, that's going to be in Brazilian Portuguese, and then also Sports Fitness, your personal trainer, will also be in Portuguese. So we have a good cadence going, but man, it's extra special that we finally have a Zelda game in Brazilian Portuguese. There's still a lot to do. We're still ramping up in Brazil. We're very happy with what we've been able to achieve, the level of engagement that we have with our consumers, but there's still a lot of Brazilians that we're seeking to reach out to. As you know, our mission is to put smiles on people's faces, and there's a lot of Brazilians yet that we haven't reached, and we're counting on Edio the Tamal to help us reach those consumers and put more smiles on, create more smiles here in Brazil.
Thank you so much. Bill, I understand it is a big project for Nintendo to be localizing the game in Brazilian Portuguese with internal teams. As you can see, Nintendo has been hiring lots of professionals all the time. Do you feel like localizing the games to Brazilian Portuguese has had a real impact on the sales of these games in Brazil?
So the numbers, yeah, we're seeing positive numbers, but also we're seeing just general trends upward as we continue to grow in Brazil. How much is it because of just our continued marketing and outreach to consumers? How much is it because of the localization? I think it's both. I think it's a combination. What we're seeking to do is to ramp up our Brazilian Portuguese. So if not all, ultimately we want all the games, but that the majority of the games are in Brazilian Portuguese, so everybody can play. Not everybody speaks English. We want it to be accessible for families to play with their kids. So we know the importance of it. Again, the good news, as you said, is that more and more games now are in Brazilian Portuguese, and we're hitting the tipping point. More than a majority now are in Brazilian Portuguese. We're gonna keep that trend going.
Okay, Bill, so come on. You know Nintendo fans are dreamers, and we really need some hope to cling on. So please give us hope that one day we're gonna see The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild in Portuguese. Can you give us that hope? Same goes for Animal Crossing, Pokemon, and Metroid.
Don't know at this point in time. They're still far out into the future, so don't have anything to announce at this point in time.
Bill, would you say that it is time for Nintendo Selects? Because it gets me thinking, aside from releasing new games, how will Nintendo keep their current products competitive in the market after the release of the next Nintendo system?
We're continuously looking for ways that we can bring our products, both hardware and software, to the market, to Brazil as efficiently as possible, because we know that it is a big commitment on part of the consumer. So we're always looking at what can be done. There's no plans right now for Nintendo Selects at this time. I will tell you that every so often there are specials that happen. Either the retailers drive those or we have specials and sales on the eShop. So always keep your eyes open for those. So that would be the one comment I would have.
Okay, so as of the Nintendo Switch 2 or the next Nintendo system, with the new PlayStation 5 Pro price revealed, fans became worried about what would become of the price of the next Nintendo system in Brazil. I know you are working on bringing the lowest price possible for us, but should we be concerned that this price will be too high?
We don't know yet. All we know is that Mr. Furukawa, our president, he has said that by the end of this fiscal year, and that is at the very end of March, we'll have some information about the next generation or the next generation game. But up until this point, we have no information left in the Nintendo Switch or what the next generation might be.
Well, thank you so much. And since we are in the subject, I would like to know, how does Nintendo feel about these Switch 2 rumors and speculations? Bad for business? Or is it actually good because it keeps the buzz on Nintendo products in general?
So there isn't much that we can do. People are going to speculate, are going to talk. What we aim to do is, one, put smiles on people's faces. We also like the surprise and delight. There's Miyamoto say that all the time, and that's why we like to wait. And when the time is right and when we're ready, then we'll start talking and we'll announce things. But up until that time, we like to keep things kind of under wraps. In the meantime, like you said, we're going to get some questions from you. People are going to speculate, but that's life. I take it as a positive. It's because there's excitement, there's interest. It's a good thing, right? So.
Okay, thank you so much for that. I love that we have Super Mario Party Jumbo replayable for public before its release in Brazil Game Show, and also The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom playable in a public event for the first time in Latin America. But aside from that, does Nintendo have anything new to announce to their fans at this Brazil Game Show? Like new physical media for older games, official price drops maybe, new products that you are announcing today? Is there anything else you would like people to know?
Well, we do have games that are still coming. That will also be a Brazilian Portuguese still this year during the holiday season, right? We mentioned Mario and Luigi Brothership. That's coming soon. They're going to be out there Shape Ship, Oceans, Boat, Island combination. They're going to be exploring island hopping and exploring different places and going through their adventures and working together to just overcome obstacles and enemies. In time for the holidays, you're going to have fitness boxing, your personal trainer, just in time when people are eating a lot and having a good time, but they're thinking, oh, what am I going to do for exercise? Here's a great form of entertainment and a great way to do exercise. That's coming out still this year, and it's going to be in Brazilian Portuguese as well. Beyond that, if we look into next year, we have Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. That's coming out sometime early in next year. So there's still a path of a series of games that are coming for the Brazilian consumer. So we're very excited to bring those to market. a lot to look forward to still.
Just one last question here, very quick, and you don't need to elaborate, and this has nothing to do with Nintendo's next system or anything like that, okay? I'm just curious, Bill, what's your favorite month of the year? Is it March? Is it May? Is it April? If you had to pick one, which one would you pick? Thank you so much for this wonderful interview, and I'll see you next time.
No, I don't have a favorite month. Every month is good, man. And every month where we bring another game to Brazil that's a Brazilian Portuguese, it's an awesome month. I will answer the question, I'll say September, because that's the month that we brought our first Zelda game to Brazil in Brazilian Portuguese. So now it's September. There you go.
E muito obrigado a Nintendo pela oportunidade, muito obrigado à equipe Coelho no Japão também, que tá lá na Brasil Game Show cobrindo tudo pra vocês enquanto eu tô aqui no Japão. Fiquem ligados a mais novidades aí nas redes sociais, @RodrigoCoelhoC, em todas elas, no Instagram, no Twitter, no TikTok, no Threads. Deixa o likezão aí no vídeo, inscreva-se aí, ative o sininho de notificações e já compartilha aí com a galera, tá bom? Mais alguma dúvida? Deixa pra gente aqui nos comentários. E mais uma vez, muito obrigado, Bill, muito obrigado, Nintendo. Lembre-se sempre de serem gentis com as pessoas, porque isso sim é o mais importante de tudo. E a nossa cobertura da Brasil Game Show continua em breve, galera. Fiquem ligados por aí. E agora sim, eu vou ficando por aqui. Nos vemos no próximo vídeo. Um tapa na pata do coelho pra dar sorte e até a próxima. Valeu!